Philip Stoughton. I'm at Electronica 2024 and I'm joined by Luca from Seica. Great to see you, my friend. How have you been?
Great to see you again, Phil. Everything okay?
Yeah, and it's nice to be back at Electronica post-COVID.
Yes.
It feels like the first really kind of full energy show, doesn't it?
Yes, it's nice and it's encouraging because the first day was over our expectations.
Oh, good.
So also here today we had so many visits. It's promising.
What are people looking for? Because what we're seeing and hearing is not so much an investment in capacity, because there's a sense that there's a little bit of overcapacity in the market, but investments in capability, technology, anything that can drive quality, efficiency,
Traceability.
Traceability, exactly.
Yes. You know, the show is more and more kind of meeting room where you meet your existing customers to discuss about ongoing projects. And as I said, one of the main topics that are today not really a fashion, but they are most demanded, is the ability to track what you are doing, get all the data of what you are doing. Of course, we are a test company.
Yeah.
We are doing measurements, and the measurement is the core of our business. But I would say that people today are accepting the state of the art of the test, and they want to know what else, the tester can do other than test. So we talk about connection with MES systems, connections to the cloud, all this stuff. And a test company as Seica is becoming more and more also a software company or a consultant company of our customers. Because around the tester, there is a world. There is a world to connect the tester physically to other equipments, but there is a world to connect the tester to the world of ERP systems, MES, etc., etc. AI is another very popular word, you know. In terms of AI, today we call AI something that we have done years ago. Now it's called AI, machine learning, machine taking decisions. Something very easy, for example, in test. A machine can easily decide to increase or decrease the test coverage on a board depending on the fault rate. Today this is called AI. And it's something that we have already done. And of course, there is new hardware, there are new algorithms, something more smart ways to do this. But it's something that is more and more demanded by our customers and by their customers.
And I think it's the idea of initially when you start that test process, what you're trying to do is you're trying to avoid escapes from the factory,
false calls,
and you're trying to reduce false calls, and you're trying to get to a position where you can say, yes, this is good, no, this is bad. But when you look into the data and you look into everything you're building around that, there's so much more value, isn't there? There's so much more value around process control in other areas.
Obviously, the secret is to extract from a big amount of data, you know, the few good information that you need to make a step ahead and to improve.
Can make a better decision.
Yes.
So tell me how you're doing that and the kind of applications that's being used in.
In fact, our process is in some ways a step back from the board test. We moved a few years ago into the PCB test, and now we're looking to the semiconductor test. Okay, we're still a test company, but there are devices that are complex like boards in the past. You know, so the test of a single device becomes complex as the test of a board. So Seica has two booths in this show. There is one in the Semicon area where we present a specific solution for wafer test. So the wafer, for some reason, looks like a board. It contains a lot of complex objects, a lot of connectivity. And our Flying Probe technology is now deployed also for wafer tests, not only boards. Of course, you must be very accurate, very gentle, very delicate when you touch the object. something that we know how to do. We started in the probe card business. Probe cards are the objects that are used to test the digital device on the semiconductor testers. We have several customers in this area since many years. And thanks to the experience we have got on soft touch, on doing some specific measurement or very, very small values, capacitance, resistance, etc., we developed an application for our Pilot VX flying probe dedicated to wafer test.
Okay.
But this is just the first step into the semicon market. We have something that we can display in our booth, doing tests of power semiconductors.
Okay.
We'll probably introduce the final solution next year. Here we have a concept. We're looking to some parameters, and a simple parameter that many producers of power semiconductor need to measure is the thermal resistance between the semiconductor, the transistor, let's say, and the heat sink. Power electronics got a big push from the electric vehicles. Okay, so all of these power devices, of course, they dissipate a lot of heat, and the connection between the device and the heat sink become really important, really critical. The measurement of the thermal resistance between the component and the heat sink is a parameter that we can measure with another Seica solution coming out on the market.
Okay, exciting stuff. One of the things I'm curious about, and you have the two booths, it's interesting that it was only maybe 4 years ago that these shows started to merge. Those industries are starting to get connected, aren't they? We're seeing PCB players play in the back-end semiconductor space. The semiconductor industry showing increasing interest in EMS and OSAT. There's a lot of connections.
Yes, there are. And part of the reasoning, what I said at the beginning, some boards from 5 years ago now are just one component.
Yeah.
You know? Some bare boards, they contain silicon. There are embedded components into the PCB. So there is really a merge.
There's a blurring of lines.
Yes, there is a merge, and a board that can become a single device, or a PCB can become a PCBA. You know? Our flying probe technology is looking to move to the parameters that are typical from a semiconductor. Not typical for a normal electronic board. We try to put all of these power into the same tool, because nobody wants to make fixtures. Products are changing too fast. There is no time, there is no ROI basically for physical fixtures when you have a product still in the early phase, still changing, volumes are not there, so you need something that quickly will give you a response, and the flying probe is perfect for that.
Absolutely, it makes perfect sense. And I do think that, you know, that blurring of lines and you being able to keep up with that because you listen to the voice of your customer, you respond to what they want, you deliver products and solutions that actually not just solve that problem, but go beyond and help them with that process.
Phil, what happens today more and more is that we meet our customers when they don't know their product. They just have an idea in mind. They have a concept. They need help on design to understand how to test it. So we start when there is nothing on the table, just papers or ideas in the brain.
And my sense is that the earlier you start with them, the better the outcome will be. So
of course.
I think that makes sense. Luca, pleasure to chat. Thanks so much for your time.
It was a pleasure for me.
Enjoy the rest of Electronica.
Same to you. Bye-bye.